Hi, math fans. So today we're going to talk about the quadratic formula. And this is the math daddy of all solving quadratic equations. If factoring doesn't work and if completing the square doesn't work, which it always will, you can always use the quadratic formula. It's a lot to memorize, but the more you write it down and practice saying it, the easier it is to memorize and the easier it'll be to solve for your quadratic equations. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is you have to have a quadratic equation in standard form. And the standard form is when I have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So I have an x squared term, I have an x term, and I have a constant term, and that's all set equal to 0. So let me show you what one of those looks like. I have a dog under my feet. I don't know what I'm going to do when I have to go back to teaching without a dog under my feet. Okay, so if I had negative x squared plus 8x equals 1. Okay, right off the bat, you should see this isn't in standard form because I don't have my constant on the same side. So I'm going to have to subtract that 1 off both sides. And now I have standard form. And the reason I needed to get it in standard form is because I have to list my ABCs. So the first thing you do is list your ABCs. Okay, this is where my A should be. I have a -1. So A equals -1. My B, where I should have BX, is 8. And my C term is -1. Okay, so the reason I list my ABCs out is because I'm going to be replacing them, substituting them back into this equation. So when I'm doing it, this is how I do it. You can do it however you want. If you don't want to rewrite it out each time, that's on you, but you're going to learn it a lot quicker if you say it because you're going to be memorizing it as you say it. So I have the opposite of B. The opposite of B. So I'm going to leave parentheses there because I'm going to fill it in all at the same time. The opposite of B plus or minus the square root of B squared, so I'm going to leave B blank, minus 4 times A times C, and I leave my A and my C blank, and that goes all over 2 times A. Okay? Now that I have those blanks there, I can come back in and substitute in my equation or my values for my letters. The opposite of B is 8, so I'm putting an 8 in for my B here. I put an 8 in for my B here. Here I get minus 4A, which is 1, C, which is -1, all over 2A, which is 1. So now I can start simplifying. I get -8 plus or minus the square root of 64 minus 4 times 1 gives me a -4 times -1 gives me a +4 all over 2. So that simplifies to -8 plus or minus the square root of 68 all over 2. Now, depending on how, well, first of all, I hope you recognize that this is actually 2 solutions. I have -8 plus the square root of 68 over 2, or I have -8 minus the square root of 68 over 2. So depending on, oops, depending on how they're asking for your answer, you might be able to leave it just like this, or they might ask you to actually find the square root of 68. If that were the case, you would say -8 plus, and you would find the square root of 68, hit enter, and then divide by 2. And then you would put -8 minus, hit the square root sign of 68, enter, divided by 2, and you'll get 2 different answers. I'm good with leaving it here. Let's do another one. All this is substitution using that formula. Let's go back up to the formula a little bit. -3x squared plus 10x minus 3. Is that a minus? Minus 3 equals 0. Okay, so the first thing you do is list your ABCs. A equals -3, B equals 10, C equals -3. And then I'm going to go ahead and keep in mind, we're looking for the solutions to our quadratic equation. Where does the parabola hit the x-axis? So I have x, because that's what I'm solving for, the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So I'm just plugging in now. My b's are 10, so the opposite of b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So now I just work it out. I get -10 plus or minus 10 squared is 100. Minus 4, well, I'm going to do this first. -3 times -3 is 9, and 4 times -3, so I get -36 all over 2 times -3 is -6. So I'm looking at -10 plus or minus the square root of 100 minus 36 is 64. And this should be a red flag to you. If you see the square root of 64, hopefully you recognize that as a perfect square. So you're looking at -10 plus or minus 8 over -6. So when I go to simplify this, I'm looking at -10 plus 8 over -6, or -10 minus 8 over -6. -10 plus 8 is -2 over -6 is positive 1/3. A little lower. -10 minus 8 is really plus a -8. That's -18 divided by -6 is a positive 3. So my solutions are 1/3 or 3. Using the quadratic equation is actually pretty simple. It's just a question of if you can plug in the numbers and do the math. But once you plug in the numbers, there's no real difficulty in doing the math. It's just a question of following through. Okay, one more. Not one more. One more thing about the quadratic formula. This is a special part of the quadratic formula right here. This is called the discriminant. And the discriminant is important because, it's important because if I don't want to work out the entire quadratic formula and I just want to know how many solutions I have, meaning is my parabola crossing in 2 places does it cross or touch in only one point? Or does my parabola not touch the x-axis at all? Is it above or below the x-axis? Because those are possibilities too. So I want to know how many solutions I have. I don't have to solve the entire whole shebang. I can just look at the discriminant and I can tell. For example, if I had, let's say I had x squared plus 14 plus 49. If I look at my A's, B's, and C's, A equals 1, because there's no coefficient there, so it must be 1. B equals 14, C equals 49. If I just plug in values into my discriminant, B squared minus 4AC, and I'm going to go ahead and erase my variables. And plug them in. I'm looking at 14 squared times minus 4 times 1 times 49. 14 squared is 196 minus 4 times 1, negative 4 times 1, negative 4. Negative 4 times 49 is 196. If I take the square root of this, I'm taking the square root of 0. And this is why this is important. If I don't have anything here, then back up here, I won't have anything to add to the negative b over 2a. That means I only have one solution. If the discriminant, let's put that here. If the discriminant b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, then you have one solution. Okay? And I can verify this because this is a perfect square, this is a perfect square, this is x plus 7 squared. So I wind up with x plus 7 times x plus 7, and when I solve for it, x equals negative 7. That's the only solution I have. So this parabola only touches in one place. Let's do another one. I don't have one prepared. How's this going to work out? Let's try this one. 9 plus 7x equals negative 7x squared. Well, let's get it in standard form. I move this over and I get 7x squared plus 7x, since I put it in degree order, plus 9. My A, B's, and C's. A's, B's, C's. A is 7, B is 7, 9, C is 9. So the opposite, nope, just joking, not doing the whole thing, just the discriminant. B squared minus 4 times AC. My B is 7, my A is 7, and my C is 9. So I get the square root of 49 minus 63 times 4, 252. And when I go to solve this, I'm looking at negative 203. Here's the problem. You can't take the square root of a negative value. So that tells me that there's no solution. I can't solve for this. It has no real numbers. So if the discriminant is less than 0, there are no solutions, no real solutions. And then last one, if I have x squared minus 30x plus 225. Okay, my A is 1, my B is negative 30, and my C is 225. Those are some big numbers, but it was the only one I could think of that I knew would work. Okay, so my discriminant for the last time is B squared minus 4 times AC. B is negative 30, A is 1, and C is 225. Negative 30 times negative 30 is 900. Minus 4 times 1 is negative 4 times 225. Which is 900. This isn't the one I want. Because what are we going to get? 0, and we already solved for that. That's one solution. This is what I wanted. X squared minus 225. Okay, so on this one, we have an A. Our A equals 1. What is our B? Do we have an X term? No, so we're just going to say B equals 0. Because if we did have an X term, it would be 0x. That's how we get the 0. And our C term is negative 225. Okay, now if we take B squared minus 4AC. B squared is 0. 4A is 1. Negative 225. So I get 0 squared. Negative 4 times negative 225 is 900. So I'm going to get 30 under my discriminant when I solve for it. If my discriminant is greater than 0, then I have two solutions, because what that's saying is if I go back up into here into my entire quadratic formula, I have the opposite of B plus or minus 30. That means one solution is going to be plus 30 and one solution is going to have minus 30. So I'll have two solutions. So the last one over here is if B squared minus 4AC is greater than 0, you have two solutions. So this is a quick trick. If I want to know how many solutions I have without doing the entire problem, I can just use the discriminant and use this little trick. If you have any questions, email me, call me, text me, let me know, and I can walk you through on a Zoom conference if you need. I understand that you guys aren't getting the best of me in these lessons. It breaks my heart because this is one of my favorite topics, and I feel like I'm gypping you. So if you want a little one-on-one, reach out, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. See you soon.